Welcome back to Metal D TV, and tonight we got some fun in store. What I have, just a little bit off camera, is my stack of cinematic greatness. What I have here is my top 25 movies of all time, and I'm going to go through them. I'm going to let you know what they are, just because I'm that kind of guy. Alright, so without further ado, I don't want to waste your time with any kind of hooey or anything like that. So without further ado, we are going to start it right now. At number 25, we have a movie that I saw several times in the theater growing up. Saw it several times at the midnight show. And that is Heavy Metal. If you haven't seen it, good stuff. Get it, rent it, do whatever you gotta do. Steal it, whatever. Good stuff. Up next, these aren't those Twilight vampires. This isn't that hooey, that drivel that you see, that's part of those children's books. Garbage. These are real, honest to true vampires. We have From Dusk Till Dawn, Quentin Tarantino, Harvey Keitel, George Clooney. This stuff kicks ass. Get it. Up next, just because it's French, don't knock it. It's an awesome fantasy drama movie. It's called City of Lost Children. Very interesting movie. I've probably seen it a dozen times. Never gets boring. Up next is a modern classic. I would consider it to be a modern classic, and I think that a lot of you out there probably will too, and that movie is Fight Club. At number 21, we have Kevin Smith's Dogma. Shit monster. How can you go wrong? At number 20, this is the newest movie that made my top 25, but I think that you guys will agree with me. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe some of you won't because you're snobbish or whatnot, but Avatar. Don't like it? Sue me. I do. Number 20 it is. After that, we have Clockwork Orange. You cannot go wrong with this Stanley Kubrick movie. A little bit of the old Ultraviolence. Oh, our first entry from Quentin Tarantino's directorial, directorial list. Reservoir Dogs. Ha! You thought it was going to be something else, eh? No. Reservoir Dogs. Up next, we have another Stanley Kubrick movie. The Shining. Creepy as hell. You know the story. Jack Nicholson, here's Johnny. Say hello to my little friend. Scarface. You betcha. Pretty cool tin, too. You guys should buy this. This is really good. Okay, up next we have Quentin Tarantino and what's his name? Rodriguez. Oh yeah, Rodriguez. Directing Sin City. Frank Miller stuff. Good. Okay, this one is two movies, but because the studio decided that they wanted to make more money off of it, they decided to split it up into two when it should have just been one. And that is Kill Bill. It's a female ninja. How can you go wrong? After that, we have a Martin Scorsese movie. Yep. Taxi Driver. Yeah, you know where it's at. After that, we have a Hong Kong film here. Yeah. John Woo directed this one. It's everything that you would want in an action movie and more. It's the killer. Chow Yun-fat, he rules in this movie. Don't believe me? Watch it and find out. Alright. Another Quentin Tarantino movie. Probably the one that you guys are expecting. Yeah, well, maybe not. Maybe some of you guys are expecting Inglourious Basterds or Jackie Brown. No. Although I do like those movies. Pulp Fiction. That clocks in at number 11 to lead us into our top 10. To start the top 10, we have Blade Runner. Oh, yeah. This is one of the granddaddies of all sci-fi movies. Maybe not the granddaddy, but one of them. Up next, we have the fantasy masterpiece. Again, it's 3 movies, and it's about 10 hours long. So if you're going to watch it, be sure you have a block of time set aside. Ooh, this one's heavy, too. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. Not just the trilogy, this is the extended trilogy, so it makes it like 10 hours. But, well worth the time if you have it. They do a lot of walking in that movie, don't they? Okay, up next. I originally saw this movie in 1982 at the theater when I was about 12 years old. I was quite a bit smaller back then. Anyway, that movie is The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Not the prequel, which was alright. This is the original. Kurt Russell, how can you go wrong? You can't go wrong. This is the thing that started all of the makeup, special effects, and everything else that you saw back in the 80s, and even going into now. I mean, this spawned it right here, The Thing. Up next, 1978, The Ultimate Zombie Movie. Although I do like the movie Zombie, if you haven't seen that, check that out too. This is the ultimate zombie movie, if you ask me, and that is Dawn of the Dead. Not the remake, kids. This is George Romero's, not the remake. No. This one is the one that rules all. You don't believe me? Again, watch it. Alright, every time I turn on the TV and I see this next film, I have to stop and I have to watch. I don't know why, I'm just addicted to this damn movie. But I think that a lot of you probably are too. So, at number 6 we have Goodfellas. You know the story. Martin Scorsese. Again, can't go wrong. Alright, top 5. And you're going to notice that this is quite an eclectic top 5. But it's my top 5, so too bad. Alright, the granddaddy of all horror films, green puke and all, The Exorcist. Yep, The Exorcist. You know, hey, what needs to be said about The Exorcist? It's awesome. It's the horror movie to end all horror movies, so there you go. Up next, yeah, it's a trilogy. Yeah, too bad. It's all really one movie if you ask me. And it's an absolute classic. This one almost made it a little bit higher on the list. But it is where it is. And I can live with it. The Godfather. Yep. The Godfather. You're going to notice something maybe a little bit different. But you'll notice something different in this top 4. But that's okay. Godfather. Alright, up next. Sorry, nerds, it didn't get higher on my list than what it is, but it's up there, okay? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love the original trilogy, the old one, 4 through 6. 1 through 3, I can give or take. Yep, Star Wars. Yep. Sorry if it isn't higher, if it shouldn't be higher on my list according to your opinion, but it is where it's at. That's where it's at. Alright, up next, you guys might be a little bit surprised at this, and I can understand why. But it always has been a favorite of mine ever since I started going to the movies and started going to the midnight shows and whatnot. This is the ultimate in fan participation, in movie-going participation, and I love this movie. Tough. I don't care. Say what you will. Number 2 is Rocky Horror Picture Show. Sue me. Alright, and number 1. Yeah. Number 1 is another one directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It is the ultimate movie with the subject of Vietnam being involved, if you ask me. I know what you're going to say, Full Metal Jacket and all them other stuff. I understand. But for me, this one is it. And I've seen this movie probably, best guess, 25 times, and I could watch it another 25 times and probably will. And number 1 is Apocalypse Now. That's too bad if you don't like it. It's my list. You don't like my list? Make your own. Good luck to you. Anyway, that's what I got for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe up top or somewhere up here. You know, I don't know where it says subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe up top if you like. Down below, you can write some comments if you like. You know, write your top 5 or whatnot. I don't care. Do whatever you want. The only thing I ask is that I hope that you enjoy this. And until next time, have a good night.